Hello, we're excited to present this comprehensive episode focused on professional business communication and workplace dialogue mastery for intermediate English learners.
Welcome to Artificial Fluency Podcast. I'm Sarah, and together with my colleague Michael, we'll guide you through essential business conversations, professional scenarios, and career development discussions that will enhance your workplace communication effectiveness.
I'm Michael, and today's episode addresses the communication challenges that intermediate learners face in professional environments. We'll explore realistic workplace dialogues, examine business vocabulary and context, and provide practical strategies for successful professional interactions.
This hour-long session combines authentic business conversations with detailed analysis of communication strategies, professional etiquette, and career advancement techniques that distinguish successful professionals in competitive workplace environments.
Professional communication effectiveness depends heavily on understanding contextual nuances, appropriate formality levels, and strategic message construction that achieve specific business objectives while maintaining positive working relationships.
Successful workplace communication requires more than grammatical accuracy. It demands cultural awareness, audience consideration, and tactical approach selection that demonstrates professional competence while advancing career goals and organizational objectives.
Today's dialogue examples reflect real workplace situations that intermediate learners encounter regularly. Each conversation demonstrates practical application of business vocabulary, professional etiquette principles, and strategic communication techniques that enhance workplace effectiveness.
We'll examine various professional scenarios, including project coordination meetings, performance evaluation discussions, client presentation preparation, conflict resolution conversations, and networking interactions that provide comprehensive exposure to business communication patterns.
Let's begin with a project coordination meeting scenario. This dialogue demonstrates how teams discuss timelines, allocate resources, and coordinate deliverables while maintaining professional courtesy and clear communication standards.
Project meetings require participants to balance multiple competing priorities while ensuring that all stakeholders understand their responsibilities, deadlines, and success criteria. Effective project communication prevents misunderstandings and maintains momentum towards successful completion.
Good morning, Sarah. I appreciate you joining today's project coordination meeting. We need to address the timeline concerns that emerged during yesterday's client review and determine our revised approach for the upcoming deliverables.
Thank you for organizing this discussion, Michael. I've reviewed the client feedback from yesterday's presentation, and I agree that we need to recalibrate our timeline expectations while maintaining the quality standards that define our professional reputation.
The client expressed particular concern about the market research component timeline. They're requesting delivery 2 weeks earlier than originally planned, which presents significant challenges for our data collection and analysis processes.
I understand their urgency, but accelerating the research timeline without compromising data quality requires additional resources. We could engage external research consultants to supplement our internal capabilities while maintaining project oversight and quality control.
That's a pragmatic solution. What would be the budget implications of bringing in external consultants? We need to balance client satisfaction with project profitability while maintaining that we deliver exceptional results within the revised parameters.
The additional consultant fees would represent approximately 15% of our current project budget. However, meeting the accelerated timeline could strengthen our client relationship and potentially generate additional project opportunities that offset these immediate costs.
Let's explore this further. Could you prepare a detailed proposal that outlines the consultant engagement strategy, revised timeline, and budget adjustments? We should present this to the project steering committee before committing to any significant changes.
Absolutely. I'll coordinate with our procurement team to identify qualified consultants and develop a comprehensive proposal that addresses timeline acceleration while maintaining our quality commitments and budget parameters.
Professional communication effectiveness depends heavily on understanding contextual nuances, appropriate formality levels, and strategic message construction that achieve specific business objectives while maintaining positive working relationships.
Successful workplace communication requires more than grammatical accuracy. It demands cultural awareness, audience consideration, and tactical approach selection that demonstrates professional competence while advancing career goals and organizational objectives.
Today's dialogue examples reflect real workplace situations that intermediate learners encounter regularly. Each conversation demonstrates practical application of business vocabulary, professional etiquette principles, and strategic communication techniques that enhance workplace effectiveness.
We'll examine various professional scenarios, including project coordination meetings, performance evaluation discussions, client presentation preparation, conflict resolution conversations, and networking interactions that provide comprehensive exposure to business communication patterns.
Let's begin with a project coordination meeting scenario. This dialogue demonstrates how teams discuss timelines, allocate resources, and coordinate deliverables while maintaining professional courtesy and clear communication standards.
Project meetings require participants to balance multiple competing priorities while ensuring that all stakeholders understand their responsibilities, deadlines, and success criteria. Effective project communication prevents misunderstandings and maintains momentum towards successful completion.
Good morning, Sarah. I appreciate you joining today's project coordination meeting. We need to address the timeline concerns that emerged during yesterday's client review and determine our revised approach for the upcoming deliverables.
Thank you for organizing this discussion, Michael. I've reviewed the client feedback from yesterday's presentation, and I agree that we need to recalibrate our timeline expectations while maintaining the quality standards that define our professional reputation.
The client expressed particular concern about the market research component timeline. They're requesting delivery 2 weeks earlier than originally planned, which presents significant challenges for our data collection and analysis processes.
I understand their urgency, but accelerating the research timeline without compromising data quality requires additional resources. We could engage external research consultants to supplement our internal capabilities while maintaining project oversight and quality control.
That's a pragmatic solution. What would be the budget implications of bringing in external consultants? We need to balance client satisfaction with project profitability while ensuring that we deliver exceptional results within the revised parameters.
The additional consultant fees would represent approximately 15% of our current project budget. However, meeting the accelerated timeline could strengthen our client relationship and potentially generate additional project opportunities that offset these immediate costs.
Let's explore this option further. Could you prepare a detailed proposal that outlines the consultant engagement strategy, revised timeline, and budget adjustments? We should present this to the project steering committee before committing to any significant changes.
Absolutely. I'll coordinate with our procurement team to identify qualified consultants and develop a comprehensive proposal that addresses timeline acceleration while maintaining our quality commitments and budget parameters.
Performance evaluation conversations require a delicate balance between honest assessment and constructive guidance that promotes professional development while maintaining employee motivation and engagement.
These discussions provide opportunities to recognize achievements, address improvement areas, and establish development goals that align individual career aspirations with organizational objectives and growth requirements.
Michael, I'd like to discuss your performance over the past quarter and explore opportunities for continued professional development within our organization. Your contributions to the client acquisition initiative have been particularly noteworthy.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate the opportunity to discuss my progress and receive feedback on areas where I can enhance my effectiveness. The client acquisition project has been both challenging and rewarding from a professional development perspective.
Your presentation skills have improved significantly since our last evaluation. The client feedback consistently highlights your ability to communicate complex technical concepts in accessible language that resonates with diverse stakeholder groups.
I've been working deliberately to enhance my presentation capabilities through public speaking workshops and regular practice sessions. The investment in communication skill development has improved my confidence and effectiveness in client-facing situations.
That initiative demonstrates excellent professional judgment. Looking forward, I'd like to discuss potential leadership opportunities that could leverage your communication strengths while expanding your project management experience and strategic thinking capabilities.
Leadership development aligns perfectly with my career aspirations. I'm particularly interested in opportunities that combine client relationship management with team coordination responsibilities that contribute to organizational growth and success.
We have an upcoming cross-functional project that requires someone with your client communication skills and technical background. This role would involve coordinating multiple departments while maintaining direct client contact throughout the implementation process.
That opportunity sounds ideal for applying my existing strengths while developing new competencies. What timeline are you considering for this transition, and what preparation would enhance my readiness for these expanded responsibilities?
Client presentation preparation conversations demonstrate how teams collaborate to develop compelling proposals while addressing client needs and competitive positioning that maximize proposal success probability.
These discussions require strategic thinking about client priorities, competitive advantages,
These discussions require strategic thinking about client priorities, competitive advantages, and presentation techniques that differentiate proposals while demonstrating clear value propositions and implementation capabilities. Sarah, we need to finalize our approach for next week's client presentation. The stakes are particularly high given the competitive bidding process and the potential for long-term partnership development with this organization.
I agree that this presentation represents a significant opportunity. I've been analyzing the client's stated requirements alongside their organizational culture and decision-making patterns to develop a presentation strategy that resonates with their specific priorities.
What insights have you gathered about their decision-making criteria? Understanding their evaluation process will help us structure our presentation to address their most important considerations while highlighting our competitive advantages.
Their previous vendor selections suggest they prioritize implementation experience over cost considerations. They value proven track records, detailed project management approaches, and ongoing support capabilities that ensure successful long-term outcomes.
That aligns with our organizational strengths. We should emphasize our implementation methodology, showcase relevant case studies, and detail our post-implementation support structure. How should we structure the presentation to maximize impact while respecting their time constraints?
I recommend opening with a brief executive summary that outlines our understanding of their challenges and our proposed solution approach. Then we can present detailed implementation plans with specific timelines and success metrics that demonstrate our thorough preparation.
Excellent framework. Let's allocate time for interactive discussion where they can ask questions and provide feedback on our proposed approach. Client engagement during presentations often reveals additional requirements or concerns that we can address proactively.
I'll prepare several scenario-based questions that encourage client participation while demonstrating our flexibility and problem-solving capabilities. Interactive presentations typically generate more positive client responses than purely informational approaches.
Conflict resolution conversations require careful attention to emotional dynamics, factual accuracy, and solution-focused approaches that address underlying issues while preserving professional relationships and workplace productivity.
These challenging discussions test communication skills, emotional intelligence, and problem-solving capabilities while requiring diplomatic approaches that satisfy multiple stakeholders without compromising organizational objectives or individual dignity.
Michael, I'd like to address the communication challenges that emerged during yesterday's team meeting. Several team members expressed concern about project direction clarity and decision-making processes that affect their daily work responsibilities.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention directly, rather than allowing concerns to escalate further. I recognize that recent project changes may have created confusion about roles and responsibilities that impact team effectiveness and morale.
The team values clear communication and consistent direction. When project parameters change frequently without comprehensive explanation, team members struggle to maintain productivity while adapting to new requirements and expectations.
You're absolutely right. I should have provided more detailed context about the client-driven changes and their implications for our project approach. Transparent communication about change rationales helps teams adapt more effectively while maintaining commitment to project success.
Moving forward, how can we establish communication protocols that ensure team members receive timely updates about project changes, along with sufficient context to understand the reasoning behind new directions and requirements?
Let's implement weekly project update meetings where we discuss any changes, explain their rationale, and address team questions or concerns proactively. This approach should prevent confusion while maintaining team engagement and productivity.
That's an excellent solution. I also suggest creating a shared project documentation system where team members can access current requirements, timelines, and change histories that provide ongoing reference points for their daily work activities.
Perfect. I'll coordinate with our project management office to establish these communication improvements. Thank you for addressing this issue constructively rather than allowing team concerns to impact project outcomes negatively.
Networking conversations at professional events require strategic relationship building that balances personal authenticity with professional objectives while creating mutual value for ongoing business relationship development.
Effective networking involves genuine interest in others' professional experiences combined with clear communication about your capabilities and objectives that creates foundation for meaningful professional connections and future collaboration opportunities.
Sarah, it's wonderful to see you at the industry conference. How has your experience been so far? I'm particularly interested in your thoughts on the emerging technology trends that several speakers have addressed today.
The conference has exceeded my expectations for both educational content and networking opportunities. The conference has exceeded my expectations for both educational content and networking opportunities. The Artificial Intelligence Applications panel this morning provided valuable insights into automation trends that could significantly impact our industry practices.
I attended that session as well. The discussion about workflow automation potential was fascinating, particularly the case studies demonstrating productivity improvements without corresponding job displacement concerns that often accompany technological advancement.
Exactly. The speakers emphasized that successful automation implementation requires strategic human-technology integration rather than simple replacement approaches. This perspective aligns with our organizational philosophy about technology enhancement rather than workforce reduction.
Your organization's approach to technology integration has generated considerable industry attention. I'd be interested in learning more about your implementation strategies and perhaps exploring potential collaboration opportunities where our complementary capabilities could create mutual value.
I appreciate your interest. We're always seeking strategic partnerships with organizations that share our commitment to ethical technology implementation and client-focused service delivery. What specific collaboration areas interest you most from a strategic perspective?
Our expertise in change management consulting could complement your technology implementation capabilities. Many organizations struggle with adoption challenges that technical solutions alone cannot address effectively, requiring comprehensive change management support throughout implementation processes.
That combination could indeed provide significant client value. Perhaps we could schedule a follow-up conversation to explore specific collaboration frameworks and identify potential pilot project opportunities that demonstrate our combined capabilities.
Budget planning discussions require financial literacy, strategic thinking, and communication skills that translate organizational objectives into resource allocation decisions while maintaining fiscal responsibility and operational effectiveness.
These conversations balance competing priorities, resource constraints, and growth objectives, while requiring clear justification for expenditure requests and realistic assessment of expected returns on investment and organizational benefit creation.
Michael, we need to finalize our department budget proposal for the upcoming fiscal year. The executive team has requested detailed justification for all increases while demonstrating clear connections between proposed expenditures and organizational strategic objectives.
I've been analyzing our current resource allocation alongside projected growth requirements and emerging business opportunities. Several areas require additional investment to maintain competitive positioning while supporting planned expansion initiatives.
What specific investment priorities have you identified?
We need to present compelling cases for each proposed increase while demonstrating fiscal responsibility and expected return on investment that aligns with executive expectations and organizational financial parameters.
Technology infrastructure represents our highest priority, given the digital transformation requirements for maintaining client service excellence. Our current systems cannot support the expanded capacity and functionality requirements for projected growth scenarios.
Technology investments often generate measurable productivity improvements that justify initial expenditures through operational efficiency gains. What specific metrics can we provide to demonstrate expected returns and implementation timeline for proposed technology enhancements?
The preliminary analysis suggests 25% productivity improvements within 18 months, primarily through automation of routine processes and enhanced data analytics capabilities that improve decision-making speed and accuracy across multiple departments.
Those projections provide strong justification for technology investment. What other budget areas require attention? We should address all significant needs comprehensively rather than requesting additional resources throughout the fiscal year that create budget management challenges.
Professional development represents another critical investment area. Industry trends require continuous skill enhancement to maintain competitive capabilities, particularly in emerging technology applications and advanced client service delivery methodologies.
Crisis management communication requires immediate response capabilities, clear leadership, and strategic messaging that maintain stakeholder confidence while addressing emergency situations effectively and professionally.
These high-pressure situations test communication skills, decision-making abilities, and leadership competencies while requiring rapid coordination among multiple stakeholders with varying information needs and concern levels.
Sarah, we need to address the system outage situation immediately. Our primary client database has been offline for 3 hours, affecting customer service operations and potentially impacting our service level agreement commitments with major clients.
I understand the severity of this situation. What's our current assessment of the technical issue?
I understand the severity of this situation. What's our current assessment of the technical issues, and what timeline are our IT specialists projecting for full system restoration? We need accurate information to communicate effectively with affected stakeholders.
The technical team estimates 4 to 6 hours for complete restoration, assuming no additional complications emerge during the recovery process. However, they're implementing temporary workarounds that should restore limited functionality within the next 2 hours.
We need to notify affected clients immediately with transparent communication about the situation, expected resolution timeline, and interim measures we're implementing to minimize service disruption. Proactive communication demonstrates professionalism during challenging circumstances.
I agree completely. What key messages should we emphasize in our client communications? We want to acknowledge the inconvenience while demonstrating our commitment to resolution and future prevention of similar incidents.
Our communication should emphasize immediate action steps, realistic timeline expectations, and our comprehensive incident response procedures that minimize future recurrence probability. We should also offer additional support measures that demonstrate our commitment to client satisfaction.
I'll coordinate with our customer service team to ensure consistent messaging across all client interactions. We should also prepare a post-incident report that documents lessons learned and improvement measures that strengthen our system reliability and crisis response capabilities.
Excellent approach. Crisis situations often strengthen client relationships when handled professionally with transparent communication and effective resolution measures that demonstrate organizational competence and client commitment.
Innovation strategy discussions require creative thinking, market analysis, and strategic planning that balances innovative opportunities with practical implementation considerations and resource allocation requirements.
These forward-thinking conversations explore emerging trends, competitive positioning, and growth opportunities while requiring realistic assessment of organizational capabilities and market readiness for innovative solutions and service offerings. Michael, I'd like to explore innovative service offerings that could differentiate our organization while addressing emerging client needs in the evolving marketplace. Industry disruption creates opportunities for organizations that anticipate change proactively.
Innovation strategy requires careful balance between creative vision and practical implementation capabilities. We should examine market trends, client feedback patterns, and competitive developments that suggest promising innovation directions for our organizational strengths.
Recent client surveys indicate growing interest in sustainability consulting services and environmental impact assessment capabilities. This trend aligns with increasing regulatory requirements and corporate social responsibility initiatives across multiple industry sectors.
Sustainability consulting represents significant growth potential given our existing environmental expertise and client relationships. However, service development requires additional specialist capabilities and certification requirements that impact implementation timeline and resource allocation.
What specific competency gaps need addressing to establish credible sustainability consulting capabilities? We should develop comprehensive capability building plans that enable market entry with competitive service quality and professional credibility.
We need certified environmental specialists, updated regulatory knowledge, and specialized assessment tools that meet industry standards. Partnership opportunities with established environmental consulting firms could accelerate capability development while reducing initial investment requirements.
Strategic partnerships offer excellent approaches for capability expansion without excessive resource commitment. These relationships provide learning opportunities while building market presence that supports future independent service development when appropriate.
All research potential partnership organizations and develop preliminary collaboration frameworks for executive review. Innovation success requires strategic implementation that leverages existing strengths while building new capabilities systematically.
Customer service excellence conversations explore strategies for exceeding client expectations while building long-term relationships that support business growth and competitive advantage through superior service delivery.
These discussions examine service quality standards, client relationship management techniques, and customer satisfaction improvement strategies that create loyal client bases and positive reputation development within target markets.
Sarah, our client satisfaction scores have improved consistently over the past year, but we should explore additional strategies for achieving service excellence that distinguishes our organization within the competitive marketplace.
Customer service excellence requires comprehensive approaches that address every client interaction point while ensuring consistent quality delivery across all service channels and team members who represent our organizational brand and values.
What specific areas offer the greatest improvement potential?
What specific areas offer the greatest improvement potential? We should focus our enhancement efforts on initiatives that generate measurable client satisfaction improvements while supporting team effectiveness and operational efficiency.
Response time represents one area where improvements could significantly impact client perceptions. Many clients express frustration with delayed responses to inquiries, even when eventual service quality meets their expectations completely.
Response time improvements require system enhancements and process optimization that enable rapid acknowledgement while maintaining thorough service delivery. Technology solutions could automate initial responses while routing inquiries appropriately for specialized attention.
Automated acknowledgement systems provide immediate client assurance while enabling service teams to prioritize urgent requests and allocate appropriate time for complex inquiries that require detailed analysis and customized solutions.
We should also consider proactive communication strategies that anticipate client needs and provide updates before clients request information. Proactive service approaches often exceed expectations while reducing reactive support requirements.
Proactive communication demonstrates exceptional service commitment while building stronger client relationships through attentive service delivery that addresses needs comprehensively rather than responding only to explicit requests.
Team leadership development conversations focus on building management capabilities, communication skills, and strategic thinking that enables effective team coordination and organizational contribution at higher responsibility levels.
Leadership development requires comprehensive skill building that encompasses technical competency, interpersonal effectiveness, and strategic vision that enables successful team management and organizational leadership in challenging business environments.
Michael, your technical expertise and client relationship skills position you well for leadership responsibilities. We should discuss development opportunities that build management capabilities while leveraging your existing strengths and professional experience.
I appreciate your confidence in my leadership potential. Management effectiveness requires different skill sets than individual contributor success, particularly in areas like team motivation, conflict resolution, and strategic planning that impact multiple stakeholders simultaneously.
Leadership development programs often address these skill areas through combination of formal training, mentorship relationships, and graduated responsibility assignments that build competency progressively while providing support and feedback throughout the development process.
What specific development opportunities are available within our organization? I'm interested in programs that combine theoretical learning with practical application opportunities that enable skill building while contributing to organizational objectives.
We offer management training programs, executive coaching relationships, and project leadership assignments that provide comprehensive development experiences. Additionally, external conference attendance and professional association participation enhance leadership perspective and industry knowledge.
Comprehensive development approaches appeal to me because they address multiple competency areas while providing diverse learning experiences. What timeline would be appropriate for pursuing these development opportunities while maintaining my current project responsibilities and commitments?
Leadership development typically occurs over 12 to 18 months, with graduated responsibility increases that allow skill building without overwhelming existing commitments. This timeline enables thorough preparation while maintaining operational effectiveness and project quality standards.
That time frame seems realistic for building management competencies while maintaining excellence in my current role. I'm committed to pursuing leadership development that enhances my organizational contribution and career advancement potential.
International business communication requires cultural awareness, language sensitivity, and adaptation strategies that enable effective collaboration across diverse cultural contexts while maintaining professional effectiveness and relationship quality.
Global business environments demand sophisticated communication skills that bridge cultural differences while achieving business objectives through respectful interaction and strategic relationship building with international partners and clients.
Sarah, our expanding international client base requires enhanced cultural communication competencies. Different cultures approach business relationships, decision-making processes, and communication styles with varying expectations that impact project success.
Cultural awareness training could enhance our team's effectiveness when working with international clients. Understanding communication preferences, relationship-building approaches, and business etiquette expectations prevents misunderstandings while building stronger client partnerships.
What specific cultural considerations have emerged in our recent international projects? Identifying patterns in communication challenges could guide training priorities and development focus areas that address the most significant improvement opportunities.
Asian clients often prefer relationship building before business discussions, while European clients typically appreciate direct communication and efficient meeting structures. Understanding these preferences enables appropriate adaptation without compromising authentic professional interaction.
Adaptation strategies should maintain professional authenticity while demonstrating respect for cultural preferences. Successful international business requires balance between cultural sensitivity and consistent service quality that meets our organizational standards.
Cultural competency development could include language training for key team members, cultural awareness workshops, and mentorship relationships with colleagues who have extensive international experience and successful track records.
Comprehensive cultural competency development would strengthen our international capabilities while supporting team member professional growth. These investments in cultural awareness typically generate improved client satisfaction and expanded international business opportunities.
International business success requires long-term commitment to cultural competency development and relationship building that demonstrates genuine respect for diverse perspectives while maintaining consistent service excellence across all client relationships.
Today's comprehensive dialogue exploration has demonstrated essential business communication patterns that intermediate English learners require for professional success in diverse workplace environments and career advancement opportunities.
These authentic conversation examples provide practical models for professional interaction while illustrating vocabulary usage, communication strategies, and cultural considerations that distinguish effective business communication in competitive professional environments.
The scenarios we've examined reflect real workplace challenges that require sophisticated communication skills, strategic thinking, and professional competency that enables career advancement and organizational contribution at increasingly responsible levels.
Regular practice with these dialogue patterns builds confidence while developing intuitive understanding of business communication principles that enhance professional effectiveness and relationship-building capabilities across diverse workplace situations.
Professional communication excellence develops through consistent application of these principles while adapting to specific organizational cultures, industry requirements, and individual relationship dynamics that characterize successful business environments.
We encourage continued practice with these communication strategies while observing their impact on professional relationships, career advancement opportunities, and organizational contribution that demonstrates increasing leadership potential and business acumen.
Thank you for joining us for this comprehensive examination of business communication excellence through realistic professional dialogue examples that provide immediate, practical value for workplace application.
This is Sarah and Michael from Artificial Fluency, reminding you that professional communication skills create opportunities while building the relationships that sustain long-term career success and organizational contribution.